Welcome back. We're here at Sullivan Steakhouse. I'm Sean Gale. This is MouthpieceSports.com. I'm here with Tim Terrell, Jim Turner, Ronnie Bull, ex-athletes. Fantastic job. We're just having some discussions about our experiences and what we hope to see change in the game. But you know what? Anytime you talk to a professional athlete, the one thing they always have is great stories. Great story. Who wants to start?
I'll start.
There you
I'll
go.
start it off.
There you go.
Okay,
Come
I
on.
gotta. Our rookie year, I didn't know much about this, but every rookie who made the team had to always buy donuts on Fridays, and they couldn't be gas station donuts. They couldn't be the powdered donuts. That is no way. You don't buy powdered donuts, and so you'd have to go to a bakery or you have to go to 7-Eleven, and it was always glazed donuts, warm, and everyone was happy if you got that. So what had happened was one of the linemen had ended up coming in with a box of powdered donuts from a gas station, 2 dozen of them. They were the little ones, And then we had just got into the team meeting, and they bring the donuts with them, and then they break up in individual meetings. So everyone broke up and went to their meetings. So then we got back together in a team meeting, and the dude who brought in the 12 dozen donuts, actually it was 24, they made a shoelace, they made a necklace out of it. They were all powdered donuts wrapped around. He had this powder, and all the powder was bouncing all over him. So I thought that was sweet. He comes walking out, we're just looking at him. The lineman had made a nice powdered white donut necklace for him.
Something a lineman would do.
Yes.
Jim?
Well,
Top it, baby.
That's actually a pretty good
Okay.
one. I mean, mine is food related also. So, but I mean, the powdered donut thing, Tim. I mean, clearly,
It's clearly
can't be that. But no, everyone knows it. Every team has a tradition on what they do with rookies. So normally, the rookies take per position, each position. Normally, the rookies take the vets out for a dinner. So keep in mind, I was a 7th round draft pick. So. Obviously my salary wasn't, I had like people, Muhsin Muhammad was on the team then, Ray Caruth, Patrick Jeffers, so people who made, a fair amount of money. So it was my turn. It was after practice. I had to take them all out to dinner. So we went to we went to the Capitol Grill in Charlotte, and I'll probably never forget this. So we go to Capitol Grill. People start eating, and I know when you know that you're paying for something, you pay attention to
notice,
things.
baby.
So people have steaks, some people have lobster. They have some of the finest cuts of meat that Capitol Grill has, and they run up a tab there, and that bill was okay. Then it comes after the gentleman comes to, well, would you guys like after dinner drinks? And I think this is when I really first heard of, I think it's Louis XIII or something of that nature.
Yeah.
And I think it's around $80 a shot, or it's close to it.
Yeah.
So it's 10 of us, and they order 4 shots each. So that's 40 shots. So at this point, in my mind, I'm like, there's no way I can pay for this. Okay, so they bring the bill to me. I give the guy my credit card. I'm like, please let this go through. So the guy, and I'm actually looking at the waiter. So the waiter's coming back. He has this look on his face, of disgust. He's like, sir, your credit card didn't go through. I'm like, God, the bill's $9,000. Okay.
Oh, man.
Luckily, the joke was on me, because what they did was they had planned to do that, and we all wind up splitting the bill, which is still a large bill. But that right there was probably my welcome to the NFL moment. Yeah.
That's a good one, buddy.
Got your pulse racing, didn't
Seriously. Well, I would have left the restaurant. I would have
you? Run out, ditch and dine. Huh?
Get a side job.
Catch me.
Get yourself a side job.
Ronnie, give us one of your great stories.
Mine's a game time. We were playing the Green Bay Packers my 3rd year up there, and the Packers were always our biggest rivalry, which they are even today. And about halfway through the 3rd quarter, their free safety, Willie Wood, intercepted a pass. So I cut across the field, and I'm going after him just as hard as I can go. Right before I get there, the tackle's made, and from behind, somebody grabbed me. And I turned around, and it was Ray Nitschke. Now, if you've ever seen Ray Nitschke in a helmet and uniform, he's frightful, scary. And all he did was look at me right now and says, "Saved by the whistle." Today, they wouldn't have heard a whistle. I mean, he had knocked me up into the nickel stands. I was so flabbergasted that all I could say was, "Yes, sir." But from then on, I always kept my head on a swivel from then on. He could have actually killed me right then, because I didn't feel him at all. Nowhere near him. But he taught me a good lesson.
Yeah, Ray Nitschke, he was such an intimidating football player. I remember when we had a game when I was playing for the Bears. We played in Green Bay, and he came out for the honorary captain coin toss. And I remember staring at him, and the only thing that ran through my mind was, I am so happy he's not playing today. This is how massive this guy was. It was unbelievable. Now you talk about Ray Nitschke, but there's always an individual that you've played against that had your number or that you didn't like. There was an athlete that for some reason he matched up well against you and he always had a great game against you. And I think we've all been there. I have got a list of them. Who was yours?
Well, most of my playing time was on special teams. So, when we played you guys in '85, it was a big. I had 400 people there. I made a tackle, I think, on Thomas Sanders, on a punt or something, and that whole section went nuts for me, it was kind of funny. But Sam Mills, when I played the Saints, knocked me on my butt. I was running full speed at him too. It wasn't that I had a dislike for him, because I was a special teams guy. And I know with you guys, you had Kozlowski, and Bill Ring was with San Francisco at the time. And but when we played you guys in '95, I was on the sidelines and just watching Dan Hampton. We were triple teaming him, and he was going through us. It was that you guys were so much better than everyone out there. So your team in '85, by far, our coach, our pep talk was almost like, guys, let's just try to stay alive for the game. We're going to lose, but let's just try not to die. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Let's go. I couldn't believe it. But it was that intimidating. And so as a special teams guy, your team was amazing.